Before Percy Jackson, before Aragon, before any kid with a magic sword got sucked into a fantasy world, there was Hank, the fearless leader of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon crew, keeping a bunch of chaotic teens alive with nothing but an energy bow and pure courage. But who is Hank? Where did he come from, and why do all of the fans still love him today? Buckle up for a ride through cartoons, comics, and beyond in this episode of the Playground Chronicles from the Hodgepodge Channel. Let's rewind to 1983, the golden age of Saturday morning cartoons, the Dungeons and Dragons animated series produced by the Marvel Productions and TSR hit the airwaves on CBS. It followed 6 kids sucked into a magical realm, each given a different class-based weapon by the mysterious Dungeon Master. And leading the pack, none other than Hank the Ranger! Voiced by Willie Ames, yep, Buddy from Charles in Charge, Hank was the group's backbone, brave, strategic, and always ready to jump in. He had the magical energy bow, a weapon that shot glowing arrows capable of stunning enemies, creating ropes, or even acting as a shield. Basically, it did everything except deal actual damage. Classic 80s censorship. While others like Eric the Cavalier spent half their time complaining, Hank was the reasonable big brother of the group. Dungeon Master clearly saw him as the leader, which makes sense. Hank was the kind of guy who made sure the party actually survived their adventures. But let's be real. Hank was a bit of a classic 80s cartoon trope. The blonde, brave, heroic leader. Still, his character stood out because he wasn't just fearless warrior, he genuinely cared about his friends, making sure everyone had a voice. Alright, so here we are, we're taking a look at the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon Hank action figure. Now, for this portion of the Playground Chronicles, we're going to dive into an unboxing of sorts of this, but we're not going to go too terribly in-depth on the toy, just really to a quick overview. I've got wave 1 of these, spoiler alert, they're coming in a full video real close after we do these, and then other Playground Chronicles are going to hit the other Dungeons and Dragons characters. So, I am excited about showing you this, and I was going to put it off until after I did the whole Wave 1 and Dungeon Master 2-pack, but I'm into Dungeons and Dragons right now, and I just wanted to talk about it. So, you know, sue me. That's where I'm going with it, and I'm going to stick to it. So, we do have a nice little figure here. I have heard nothing but terrible things about it, to be quite honest with you. I've heard that it's not made well. So I 100% bailed. Let me get this tape off. I bailed on the first go of these. I purchased mine, as you can see right here. I purchased mine at Ollie's. It was $9.99, so I did not pay the full price for it. I do think for a $10 figure, I could take some chances and everything else. So as soon as he comes in, he's in this little box right here. And again, we will go over this in more detail later on in life. So we have a figure, we have an accessories pack, which is nice, and then we have an instruction manual, possibly maybe, get it out of here. All right, so a little bit of tape right here, and opens him up, and he looks just like the cartoon. I love it. So a little bit of tight on that. Now, if I give him the shakety shake test, watch this waist. All right, so he's a little bit loose. Again, not going to go into too much detail with it. Does he stand at least? Oh, yeah, he's standing. He's looking good. So the figure overall really does grasp that cartoon look. And this is a good drawing of the cartoon that's right here. And it's legit. Got the big baby blue eyes, that blonde hair. Got that cool, I don't know, what with this armor, maybe? Kind of like a Peter Pan-ish type of thing, but it looks cool. I love it. The cartoons were great. And I was about, 7 days ago old when I realized, like, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon that I watched forever was actually the Dungeons and Dragons board game. Yeah. I don't know why, but it just never, it never clicked with me. So what he does come with is a nice little die here. We're going to just put that aside. We'll talk about that in a video later down the line. Comes with 2 bows. So he comes with the bow that is not drawn, which is cool. And then comes with this fiery bow. So let's see if this goes into this hand. This is where we get a little tricky with the Dungeon and Dragons characters. He's going in like maybe. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah, it's in there. And then he has this hand that's got him, and it almost is a drawback scenario. If you can get it just right, you can kind of make it look. It's not real nice of how he can do it, but I guess you could have it if your imagination really just goes nuts here. It could be like an almost I let go, and the arrow just hasn't left yet. But I'm here to tell you that he fell. That looks really good. I am very excited. I'm very happy for this figure. Bring it on. I love it. I can't wait to open up more Dungeons and Dragons. But that's the character of it. This is the only toy I've ever had of Dungeons and Dragons. I was also about 4 days older. Realized there's 80s Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna have to get those at some point because that's pretty cool. But that's not what this Playgrounds and Chronicles is about. But this is Hank. Enjoy it. Now back to some interesting facts about Hank. The Dungeons and Dragons cartoon didn't just stay on TV. Hank and his crew appeared in Marvel's short-lived comic series, plus storybooks, board games, and even action figures, as seen previously. While the show ended abruptly in 1985, Hank's story did get some unofficial continuity and continuations, like in the Brazilian comic adaptation where the kids actually fight back against Vinger. And let's not forget cameos. The characters make surprise appearances in the 2018 D&D comic series, and if you blink, you'll miss them in the 2023 Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves movies. Yep, that's Hank and the crew in the Arena series. Now, speaking of live action, could you see Hank get his own movie with Dungeons and Dragons being so popular in pop culture? There's no reason we couldn't see the original party in a reboot, but who would pay Hank? No one. But who would play him? He's got that beautiful blonde hair. And look at this cast that could possibly be. It's very much a possibility, but you really never know until popularity happens. So why does Hank still matter today? For one, he was one of the first examples of a reliable, non-superpowered hero leading a team. No magic, no strength, just pure strategy, courage, and an awesome bow. And for 80s kids, he was an ultimate role model, responsible, selfless, and willing to take risks. Even decades later, Hank and his crew hold a special place in pop culture history. Whether it's through the nostalgia-fueled tributes, fan theories, or Easter eggs in new movies, their influence has never faded. So what do you think? Would Hank make an awesome live-action hero, or should the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon stay in the retro memories? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like and subscribe button for more from the Playground Chronicles. Until next time, keep rolling those dice, and peace out, home skillets.